There's news, there's sense, and there's nuisance. This show is all about that last bit. Move over, आप आम कैसे खाते हैं? मार्केट में एक नया फ्रूट फेटिश आया है.
आपको सर ऑरेंजेस अच्छे लगते हैं? सर आप उसे वो कैसे खाते हो? छील के खाते हो या उसको जूसर में डाल के जूस पीते हैं?
खतरों के खिलाड़ी का खतरनाक क्वेश्चन और उससे भी ज्यादा खतरनाक आंसर.
मैं आपको एक नई पद्धति बताता हूँ.
बताइए.
ये जो ऑरेंज होता है ना जी, उसको पील किए बिना यू जस्ट कट इट और उसको कट करके 2 भागों में आप कर दीजिए. उसके ऊपर थोड़ा नमक डालिए.
मतलब उसको पील करके?
हाँ ना जस्ट काट दीजिए.
ओके.
जैसा कि वैसा उसका वो कवर सब रहने दीजिए. डोंट पील इट. उस पर थोड़ा नमक डालिए और फिर जैसे आम खाते हैं वैसे उसको खाइए. कवर मत खाइए. उसका जो जूस है उसको आप खाइए और चूसिए. देखिए एक अलग ही आपको फीलिंग आएगा ऑरेंज खाने का. ये सिर्फ ओजी लोगों को मालूम है जो नागपुर से है. दे ओनली नो इट हाउ टू ईट.
ओजी लोग संतरा कैसे खाते हैं ये तो मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन नेता लोग ऐसे ही टोपी पहनाते हैं. इससे बेटर तो अमृता फडणवीस के गाने ही हैं यार.
तो आज एक समथिंग नई चीज सीखने मिली है.
Anyway, setting aside this totally non-journalistic intervention by a non-journalist, here's a story that I think should have been top priority across news channels for the whole week. It all began quietly on a rainy August afternoon in Madhya Pradesh. A child catches a fever. The doctor prescribes 4 ml of cough syrup 4 times a day. A week later, vomiting starts. Kidney failure, a mad scramble for dialysis. Parents sell their land, their jewelry, anything they have to keep their children alive. All they were treating was a cold, and the cough syrup supposed to treat it led to their death. This was not some imported, unregulated drug. This was Coldriff, a syrup made by Srisan Pharmaceuticals in Tamil Nadu, approved, packaged, and sold legally in India. Except it was not a medicine, it was poison. Tests found it contained 48.6% diethylene glycol, the same chemical used in brake fluid and antifreeze. The legal permissible limit for it is 0.1%, and here you had it more than 40%. So far, more than 20 children have died, mostly from one small tehsil in Chhindwara in Madhya Pradesh, but also from Rajasthan. Each story is heartbreakingly similar. Starts with a mild fever, then there's Coldriff doses, and then kidney failure and death. Each family now is left with bills, grief, and no answers.
Mahesh, the father of 3-year-old Vidhi, said,
"She was my only child. I tried my best, but I couldn't save her. At that time, nobody knew what was happening with the children in Parasia. We didn't know the danger was the medicine."
Sajid Khan, the uncle of 5-year-old Adnan, said,
There was a viral going on around in Parasia. Adnan developed a fever on August 21. So we took him to Dr. Praveen Soni, whom we usually visit whenever any child in our family falls ill. He examined him and prescribed Ansat MD, Meftal P100 and Coldriff syrup, asking us to give 4 doses of 4 ml each day.
Prakash, the father of 6-year-old Divyansh, said,
Dozens of children died over a month, but the administration did nothing. Government hospitals are useless. Even veterinary ones are better. The poor like us have no choice but private hospitals. When our children die, nobody cares.
Now, if this sounds familiar, that is because it is familiar. 66 children in Gambia died after consuming cough syrup made by another Indian firm. Back then, the Indian government had said, our drugs are safe, our standards are strict. So strict apparently that a syrup with 364 manufacturing violations still made it to the shelves for children to consume. News Laundry has done a detailed story on this, which reveals that a Tamil Nadu lab found the Coldriff syrup adulterated and banned it within 36 hours of testing. Meanwhile, Madhya Pradesh, that state, took 9 days to release its test report. 9 days, during which parents kept giving the same syrup to their children. And what happens when the state finally woke up? the first thing they do is arrest the doctor who prescribed the medicine. Because clearly, the person responsible for industrial contamination in a Tamil Nadu factory is a pediatrician in Chhindwara. The Indian Medical Association has already protested the arrest, calling it scapegoating. But hey, governments love easy villains. It's always more convenient to jail one doctor than to fix a broken criminal system. Meanwhile, जब MP CM से इस पे सवाल किए गए तो महाशय का ये जवाब था।
अरे भाई ये हो गया ना भाई, कल की बात आप आज मत लाओ उसको।
कल की बात है भाई, आज मत लाओ. Tell that to the parents who were only trying to cure their children of something as harmless as a cough or a fever and ended up in a race against poison. As we record this show, the owner of Shrisan Pharma has been arrested. But who allowed this company to function? And what on earth was the drug controller doing? And what about our health ministers? उनका काम बस यही है कि फोटो खिंचवाओ, इश्तिहार निकालो, अपनी PR चमकाओ. What about our media? From Gambia to Chhindwara, India's cough syrup trail is soaked in regulatory failure. This was not an accident. It was negligence packaged as medicine, approved by the state and sold to the poorest of this country. A tragedy that started with 4 ml of syrup and ended with more than 20 funerals in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. This whole case should have led to relentless questioning of नेता लोग. प्राइम टाइम पे प्राइम टाइम होने चाहिए थे इस इशू पे 6 बजे से लेकर 9 बजे तक. Instead, anchors quickly moved on to other important stories.
अब मैं आपको बड़ी स्क्रीन पर ये दिखाती हूँ कि भारत में हिंदुओं के लिए भगवान विष्णु का महत्व कितना बड़ा है.
बताइए.
भगवान विष्णु की चर्चा जब आज हो रही है तो इसको समझना, क्योंकि भगवान विष्णु को समझे बिना उनके बारे में या उनके बिहाफ पर कोई बात कहना सही नहीं होगा.
बिल्कुल सही नहीं होगा. अंजना इज हियर विद हर डेटा जर्नलिज्म, ये बताने के लिए कि भाई कौन कौन से भगवानों की कितनी कितनी फैन फॉलोइंग है. 44% शिव जी की फैन फॉलोइंग है, 35% हनुमान जी, 10% विष्णु. बट रामानुजा कश्यप डिड सम ऑफ हर ओन मैथ to give us much needed journalistic perspective on this very important subject.
अगर आप देखें तो भगवान श्री राम, भगवान श्री कृष्ण, भगवान विष्णु के ही अवतार हैं. तो उस तरीके से अगर आप जोड़ लीजिएगा तो भगवान राम और श्री कृष्ण दोनों उन्हीं के आराध्य हैं.
इतना सारा डेटा जर्नलिज्म. Anyway, why was this chart being discussed? The answer to that is even more depressing than the quality of our primetime discussions. This week, the Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gavai, was attacked with a shoe in the highest court of the land. The guy who threw it is unfortunately a lawyer. And he did it because सनातन का अपमान नहीं सहेंगे. ये महाशय जूता फेंकने के बाद अलग अलग चैनल्स में आ रहे हैं, खुल के लेक्चर दे रहे हैं, इंटरव्यूज दे रहे हैं, जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं अपने एक्शंस. जूता फेंका क्योंकि हिंदुओं का अपमान हुआ है, नहीं सहेंगे, नहीं सहेंगे. एंटर अंजना टू सेव द डिस्कोर्स.
जो भगवान विष्णु अपने सीने पर लात मारने के बाद भी महर्षि भृगु को अपने सीने से लगाते हैं, वो भगवान विष्णु अपने नाम पर भारत के मुख्य न्यायाधीश पर जूता फेंकने की कोशिश से कभी खुश नहीं हो सकते.
So, shoe throwing is bad because Lord Vishnu would not approve of it according to Anjana. Constitution, law of the land, कोर्ट की मर्यादा, फेक न्यूज अबाउट हिंदुओं का अपमान, ये सब तो बड़े 21st सेंचुरी कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं यार. प्रॉब्लम असली ये है कि भगवान भी अप्रूव नहीं करेंगे ऐसी हरकतें. ये ज्ञान तो हमें सत्संग वाली आंटी भी दे देती अंजना. इसमें हमें तुम्हारी क्या जरूरत थी?
Bro, didn't even hesitate.
Every time the radical right-wing loon brigade does something in the name of Hinduism or हिंदुओं का अपमान, you have mainstream news anchors somehow making the situation worse. What exactly was this हिंदुओं का अपमान? On September 16, Chief Justice Gavai dismissed a petition to restore a 7-foot-tall broken statue of Lord Vishnu at the Zaveri temple in Khajuraho. His reasoning? The case wasn't really the court's business. The temple is under the Archaeological Survey of India, and so ASI will do the appropriate restoration. He even called the petition a publicity interest litigation. Then came the zinger. Go and ask the Lord himself to do something. You say you're a staunch devotee of Lord Vishnu, then go and pray. Translation, मोटा मोटा what the Chief Justice was trying to say कि भगवान विष्णु से खुद ही बात कर लो भाई, इतने भक्त बन रहे हो तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का टाइम वेस्ट क्यों कर रहे हो? This was not an insult to Lord Vishnu like Gavai clarified. It was a jibe at those who are using Hinduism today for publicity, political gains and TRPs.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a rightful controversy over some very offensive remarks made by the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Gowai. That if he has said these things, then the Chief Justice of India needs to apologize to all Hindus in the country. You have no right, Justice Gowai, to make comments which are genuinely hurtful to 100 crore Hindus of this country.
गाइज लाइक अर्नब जो बात बात में हिंदुओं का अपमान चीखने लगते हैं, जिन्होंने ठेका लिया है पूरे हिंदुइज्म का, हिंदू धर्म के प्रोटेक्टर्स मानते हैं अपने आप को, गवाई's statements were more a reflection on these guys and this trend of using religion to chamkao your own patta. And predictably, it hurt not Hindus, but those who use religion for their own petty means to get TRPs or then views on YouTube.
I am sorry, Babu.
Just a week before the shoe-throwing incident, YouTube right-wing influencers were openly discussing how one could target the Chief Justice of India for his insult to Hindus on a podcast featuring former Op India editor, Hindu Foundation NGO के founder and YouTuber. The conversation went from criticism to incitement real quick. Incitement सीधा सीधा नहीं था, but ऐसा था कि ऐसा होगा तो फिर कैसा होगा टाइप.
वो हम नहीं बोल रहे हैं, बट मैं तो एकदम गांधीवादी हूँ, हिंसा का समर्थन तो करता ही नहीं. यदि मैं करता तो मैं ये कहता कि भाई जैसे कहीं गवई जी टकरा जाएं, भाई जिस कोर्ट में रहते हैं उधर हिंदू वकील भी होंगे, एक तो हिंदू वकील होगा, वो गवई जी की मुंडी पकड़ के इतनी जोर से दीवार में मारे कि वो दो टुकड़ों में ऐसे हो जाए.
अरे वहाँ तो सब खुश करने में लगे होते हैं.
भाई हिंसा का समर्थन करता ही नहीं, मैं बहुत तगड़ा गांधीवादी हूँ.
मैं तो बिल्कुल गांधीवादी हूँ भाई. मुंडी पकड़ के जोर से दीवार में मारी, ये हैं कलयुग के गांधीवादी. During the same chat, Ajit Bharti suggested surrounding Justice Gawai's car and then Kaushlesh added another gem.
अभी क्या है कि हिंदुओं की आस्था पे आप कुछ कर दो, आपको कोई मूल्य नहीं चुकाना, इसीलिए सब बोल जा रहे. नहीं तो अगर जैसे गवई साहब को ये भैया पता होता कि मैं विष्णु भगवान पे आस्था पे अगर टिप्पणी कर रहा हूँ तो बाहर निकलते ही कोई सा मेरे पे भाई
कुछ नहीं, कार 10 आदमी घेर लेंगे.
2 अक्टूबर आ रहा है, बोर्ड से आपके बस की नहीं है. गांधी तो बन सकते हो,
गांधी तरीके से
क्या करते हैं, मुंह पे थूक देते.
People have been arrested in this country and are languishing in jail for quoting Gandhi. We have a situation where someone like Sonam Wangchuk, who actually has adopted Gandhian measures, has been slapped with NSA. Meanwhile, people like Ajit Bharti, who feature on Asia's premier news services, are free to say whatever they want and then they can even get to gloat about it.
सरकार भी हमारी, सिस्टम भी हमारा.
This is the reality of the democracy we live in today. The PM can say he's shocked by the attack on the CJI, but it's hardly shocking that men like this today are patronized by the mainstream, and that is where they get most of their courage from. वैसे भी जो काम ये YouTube पे कर रहे हैं, वो इंडिया के रिचेस्ट आदमी के न्यूज चैनल में न्यूज एंकर्स कर रहे हैं.
हिंदुओं के सब्र की भी ना एक सीमा होती है. वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर मेरे जैसा अहिंसा का पुजारी, अहिंसा में भरोसा रखने वाला शख्स इतना बड़ा कदम उठा रहा है, तो ये भी तो सोचिए कि हालात क्या ऐसे बन गए कि मैंने ये कदम उठाया. मैं अगर ये कर रहा हूं तो कुछ सोचिए तो सही.
सोचने वाली बात तो है. All this happened in a week where a cop in Haryana took his own life allegedly because of caste-based discrimination. Let's not make any mistakes. Chief Justice Gawai has endured so much because he's Dalit. The brazen nature of the verbal attacks and the final act of the physical attack come from a deep place of hate. This is how radical forces take over. Every rationalist, every dissenting voice, targeted, silenced, or intimidated. At the end of the day, Gawai's point was very simple. Stop using religion to manipulate public debates. Stop turning governance and public discourse into spectacles. Focus on actual public interest, not publicity interest. That was the crux of those comments as I read them. He reminded us that courts exist to uphold justice, protect citizens, and maintain the dignity of institutions, not to be pawns in political theatre or religious posturing. And yet, the chilling effect is clear. How can any judge take on radical impulses or even question them when they see what happened to Gawai? Targeted, mocked, threatened. This is a dangerous reality. The same forces that thrive on hate and outrage and spectacle are allowed to roam free. They're allowed to shape public debates and politics, while the very institutions meant to protect democratic impulses are put on the defensive. So here's a question the country cannot ignore. If rational voices cannot speak without fear, if justice can be threatened by radical mobs online, and if public interest is continually overshadowed by publicity stunts, then what is the quality of democracy that we're living in? That's all the nuisance we have for you this week. We will be back next week. Until then, I have 2 things to tell you that you must do. Number 1, read the News Laundry report on the Cold Rift tragedy. It is detailed and every Indian should read it. Number 2, we have an excellent RTI investigation by Basant Kumar on the kind of money Uttarakhand is spending on एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स एंड PR. 1000 करोड़ सरकार ने उड़ा दिए हैं बस अपनी वाहवाही पे. ये एक छोटा स्टेट जो ऑलरेडी डेट रिडन है, जहाँ पे बहुत से इश्यूज हैं, वहां पे सरकार को लगता है कि 1000 करोड़ उड़ा देने चाहिए एड्स और पब्लिसिटी में. दिस इज एन एक्सीलेंट इन्वेस्टिगेटिव स्टोरी बाय बसंत कुमार एंड यू कैन ओनली रीड इट ऑन न्यूज लॉन्ड्री, बिकॉज ऑन न्यूज लॉन्ड्री वी रिजेक्ट ऑल दीज एड्स बिकॉज वी डोंट टेक एड्स फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट. वी कैन टॉक अबाउट what these government ads really mean. That taxpayers' money that governments spend just to talk about how great they are and do their own Pete Thaptapai. That is not how it should be. Public money should be spent on public good, not on PR stunts. Check this report out. It's out in Hindi and in English, and we worked very hard to bring it to you. Subscribe to newslaundry.com and please read this report. With your subscription, you not only support shows like TV Nuisance, NL Tippani, NL Hafta, but you also support investigative reports by people like Basant who are on our team, by people like Prateek who brought you a long-form report on the Cold Rift tragedy. With your subscription, we can continue to do journalism and we can make sure that journalism truly supports public interest. So do it right now.